Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Upper Hand Trader channel. So today we're gonna look at the stocks again, see how things are progressing, and if there is any trading opportunity or if it's time to sit tight and wait. And without any further ado, let's jump into it. So this is the Nasdaq on weekly. We can see the monthly has been pushing down under 20. The weekly on this current week is still, the candle is still open, but it's up still under 20, which means it's still very bearish. And while this remains under 20, even though it has some power to it, we could take the crossover trades between 8-4 and daily. So let's go down to daily. So you see the daily is above the weekly now, still under 50, and there could be a potential opportunity short here. What's important to understand is that the stocks are usually very correlated, and while this looks reasonably good on the Nasdaq, we'll see the other ones in a second. On the 4-hour, we're bouncing off the channel right now, so this could actually turn into an opportunity. It's an ABC correction here, after moves down, and we could watch this, see if it develops. If the short move resumes, the ideal trade will probably be the Nasdaq. So we take that cross there, like it happened here on this cross 4-hour with daily, and like it happened here on this cross 4-hour with daily. But as it stands, we don't have a trade yet. We have to sit tight and wait, and keep an eye on this weekly as well. But as it stands below 20, we can still take that trade. In terms of the Dow, if we look at the weekly, the Dow has bounced a bit more strongly than the Nasdaq. It burst through this down channel, which the Nasdaq did not, but it's an ABC as well. And the main difference being the weekly, as we can see here, is already popping out of 20, above 20, even though on the open candle, but it has some power and it's above 20. So I'd be a lot more careful here than on the Nasdaq. So to take a short here, I wouldn't just take a simple cross. If we look at the 4-hour as well, actually let's go to the daily first. The daily has bounced much stronger as well here, and has, if you look at the green line, it has made new highs as well here. On the Nasdaq, it has not. Let's go to the daily there. You can see it's still above the previous level here. So we don't have a higher high on the Nasdaq, and on the Dow we have a higher high. This has been broken. We have a lower high, sorry, a higher low and a high high. So the price structure here has shifted. So I wouldn't short the Dow as it stands. The only way I would short it is after the daily is already moving down, if we get an opportunity on 4-hour and 1-hour. But for now, I would sit this one out. In terms of the S&P, very similar to the Dow. I mean, the price structure. No, actually, no, my bad. It's similar to the Nasdaq. Have similar price structure. We're breaking out of the channel now, but we don't have a higher high yet. The weekly is still below 20 here, and the daily, you see the green line has not broken this level yet. So on the S&P, if the 4-hour comes down and crosses that daily nicely with some momentum like it did here, then it's a potential short day, as long as this level holds. Market here. I'll remove this too. In terms of the FTSE, we had, if we go to the weekly here, we had this channel up, not really a channel. I pulled this from the highs line, from this line. I duplicated it down here, picking this low, but there's only one touch there, so it's not a real consolidated channel yet, but it's something to watch for. And on the daily, we had 5 waves down. Here on the FTSE, the weekly is not oversold, so still moving down with some momentum. It's quite spreaded. With the weekly now coming out of 20, we have to be careful. It's not bouncing as strongly as the Dow. Here's the Dow. But there is some bounce there. Still the weekly candle is not closed, so we can still take that trade, the 4-hour cross off of the daily. In terms of the daily here, let's go to the daily. And the lines, the green line is still high, still below the other one, but we had a divergence here. If you look at the RSI, the yellow here, we had a divergence. We made lower lows here, and the divergence made higher lows. Same with the stochastic. If you look at this low and this low, there's a divergence there. So again, be wary of shorting here for now. It could do an ABC correction because we have 5 waves down. So as I said, the best setups right now, potential setups, are on the Nasdaq especially, and potentially on the S&P. But Nasdaq would be my preferred one if things start moving south. On the DAX, we go to the weekly, and what we see there, the weekly is bouncing off quite strongly as well, above 20, although not closed, but the previous candle closed pretty close to 20, so this will most definitely close above 20. The monthly is still getting into oversold territory. Could potentially expect more down moves here, but potential correction is coming. Maybe we'll retest this level here, this down channel. I would, for shorting this, I would wait for the daily to be moving down. I wouldn't just take the cross for the same reason explained on the Dow. If you look here, we made higher highs in the price, higher lows and higher highs, so changing price structure. Same with the stochastic. If you look at the green line, it broke this level. And with that said, I wouldn't be taking the cross on this one. Would be too risky. I would have to wait for the daily to close pointing down, facing down. And if the weekly remains as low as it is, with the monthly as low as it is, if the daily starts moving down, we can look at potential entries on H1 and H4. But for now, I would avoid DAX and Dow. My preferred trade would be the short in the Nasdaq if that cross happens, the daily and H4 cross. And in terms of the S&P and the FTSE, again, potential setups, but not really ideal. In order of preference, I would focus on Nasdaq and S&P if the cross happens, the cross down happens, and within this week, then I would take those two. If the cross doesn't happen with momentum, then we just avoid everything. The other ones I wouldn't touch for now. Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you like, and hope to see you soon.